Welcome to Biotech, a program where the focus is on the significance of biotechnology to agricultural development in Nigeria. I am Lara Afolayan. On the program today, we shall be seeing excerpts from the Biotechnology Society of Nigeria's annual conference held at the Covenant University in southwest Nigeria. The president of the All Farmers Association of Nigeria, Kabir Ibrahim, shall also be speaking with us on BioChat on farmers' expectations on the use of biotechnology for agriculture. Ugandan farmers are now identifying and reporting the presence of the fall armyworm on their farms through the use of technology. They are using mobile phone application systems. Let's now see this story and others on What's New. Farmers in Uganda can now quickly identify and report the presence of the fall armyworm using a mobile application system that has been jointly launched by the country's Ministry of Agriculture and the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization. The application, which is known as Fall Armyworm Monitoring and Early Warning System, is already in use in several African countries. It works in a way that once a farmer checks their crops for infestation, they can upload the required data on the application. The data is then validated by national fall armyworm focal points and transferred to a global web-based platform. It is then analyzed to give real-time feedback on the level of infestation and the measures that need to be taken to control the spread of the invasive pest, which originated in the Americas but has devastated crops in Africa since 2016. Bean farmers in Kenya can now harvest up to 600 kilograms per hectare in 2 months. This is because of the emergence of a new high-yielding variety, also known as the Kenya Mali or KAT-SW12, which has just been recently launched. The Kenya Mali was developed by researchers from the Kenya Agriculture and Livestock Research Organization and the University of Nairobi. It is highly resistant to drought due to its deep roots and can grow anywhere in any of the country's ecological regions. The Bioinnovative Africa, a regional agricultural innovation center, says the variety has the ability to resist some perennial beans diseases like angular leaf spot root rot, bacterial blight, and rust, blamed for damaging 25% of global bean yields. The variety takes about 60 days to mature and requires loose neutral soils with pH value ranging from 6.5 to 7. It can be intercropped with non-leguminous crops like maize for support during flowering. An international group of scientists has isolated the first major resistance genes against stripe rust disease, which threatens to devastate whole crops of the staple food. The researchers are from the University of Sydney, CSIRO, the United Kingdom's King Innes Centre, Lima Grain UK, and the National Institute of Agricultural Botany. They will enable these important genes to be accurately monitored and integrated into breeding programs in the fight against ever-changing pathogens that could kill about 70% or more of all wheat crops at a time. The University of Sydney's cereal rust research team created mutation populations in 2015 and identified mutants for each gene. While unknown to them, scientists in the UK were working on 2 of the genes. Wheat rust is one of the most widespread and devastating diseases, while stripe rust is the most problematic of these pathogens worldwide because it easily adapts to different climates and environment. Wheat is relied on by more than 1/3 of the world's population and is one of the most economically important staple foods. The Biotechnology Society of Nigeria is impressed with approvals for the commercial release of 2 new BT cotton varieties for commercialization and sees it as the needed boost for cotton production in the country. The society made this stand known at its 31st annual conference. annual international conference of the Biotechnology Society of Nigeria. This yearly event brings together leading and emerging scientists, policymakers, industry and other stakeholders in research application and the business of biotechnology in Nigeria and other parts of the world. This year's conference was held at the Covenant University in southwest Nigeria. It featured notable speakers, exhibitions, technical sessions, a pre-conference capacity development program, and an annual general meeting.
This biotechnology, we know the importance of biotechnology in the industry, the importance of biotechnology in health, the importance of biotechnology in agriculture, the importance of biotechnology in services generally, and the importance of biotechnology in research and development. The Society of Biotechnology, Nigerian Society of Biotechnology, meet annually to design roadmaps for the next year on actionable plans to how we can improve the process and practice of biotechnology in Nigeria. Presently, with the society growing, the population growing in Nigeria and globally, the demand for more food, the demand for more medicine, the demand for even clothing, the demand for good environment is becoming more. And one area where this can be solved is through the avenue of the application of the science of biotechnology.
The conference was themed Biotechnology, Key to Achieving Sustainable Development Goals. Its sub-themes include bioentrepreneurship and poverty alleviation, algae biotechnology for novel products, bioremediation and green environment, biotechnology and food security, as well as bioenergy and climate change, among others.
For NNPC, the importance of this program is the fact that it is towards the drive of the federal government in developing through agriculture bioeconomy, which includes areas of biotechnology, biofuel, and so many other areas that you can develop from bio activities. For us today, what is mostly concerned to us is the area of biofuel, and like already we've signed an MOU with some states in the country. We have about 7 different bankable projects that we want to embark on, hopefully expected to start before the end of this year, before we get to the fourth quarter of the year. And a lot of benefits are coming from this. You know, we are going to, in the area of sugarcane, cassava, and palm produce. So putting all this together and touching the lives of Nigerians and the products that comes out of it, both those that are in the oil and gas sector and those ones the oil sector and those ones that the derivatives out of this that will also be beneficial to Nigerians, and again looking at the areas of revenue that can be generated from this. And more importantly is the CDM, the carbon credit that we are going to make from this, and making us to become part of the countries around the world that has signed up into the Paris Accord, which Nigeria is one of them, and will be able to make us to be reduce carbon emission in the country. So a lot of areas that we can look at in this that will be beneficial to us. So coming to this particular conference where we see the latest development in biotechnology is also something of interest for us.
Many of the talks at this meeting centered on the importance of biotechnology to agricultural development and growth in Nigeria. This is against the background of recent approvals for the commercial release of 2 new cotton varieties in Nigeria.
An important component for development is deployment of science, technology, and innovation as drivers for economic transformation. In this respect, biotechnology innovations hold a key toward the attainment of these SDGs. In spite of the rich natural resources base in Nigeria, poverty index is at unacceptably high levels. With the current population of about 190 million, the population of Nigeria is projected at about 430 million by the year 2050, which will represent about 5% of the projected world population of 9 billion by the year 2050. Therefore, research and development in science and technology and innovation is an inevitable necessity to drive the industrial revolution for the rising population in Nigeria. Biotechnology innovations are a panacea towards achieving food and nutrition security, affordable drugs for improved healthcare delivery and combating emerging diseases, feed supplements for livestock production, clothing needs, and clean, sustainable ecosystems for a growing population in the face of increasing climate change.
It is applied in the 4 different sectors of the economy: in environment, in industry, in medicine, and also in agriculture. Other areas, there are no issues, there are no controversies, but the usage of this technology in agriculture is actually being challenged because of the issues, the controversies around, and the myths around genetically modified organisms. The past 20 years or 21 to 22 years, this technology has been safely used, so it has history of safe use in other parts of the world, and farmers all over the world are benefiting from this. But coming to Africa, it's been very slow. The adoption rate has been very slow because of the negative information. So I think with this platform, I think there's better understanding of this technology by the policymakers. OFAP has interpreted technology in a way that farmers and the public has a better understanding and appreciation of the technology. Supporting Biotechnology Conference will always afford OFAP the opportunity to reach out to the major biotechnology stakeholders just like this today, as well as serve as an effective interactive forum to educate Nigerians about the potentials of the technology to transform Nigeria's economy from being highly import-dependent, mono-economy, to a net export country and industrialized economy.
The Biotechnology Society of Nigeria is responsible for improving cooperation on biotechnological advancement within and outside Nigeria. It promotes discussions on all areas of biotechnology development within the research institutes, universities, government agencies, industries, and other relevant organizations. Next, President of the All Farmers Association of Nigeria, Kabir Ibrahim, shares his perspective on problems facing agriculture in Nigeria, as well as the use of biotechnology for farming.
Generally speaking, agriculture has not had it so good. In Nigeria today, I think the focus is on agriculture. It's a question of harnessing the gains from agriculture to take it to the glory that we all anticipate. That is to say that it will replace oil as the backbone of the economy, as it used to be. If you remember, in the 70s, all of us went to school from proceeds from agriculture, not oil. Oil was discovered and we abandoned agriculture. And now we have realized that the oil prices are going down, and we have had skirmishes even in the oil-producing regions of Nigeria. But agriculture is the common denominator all over. Everybody farms, everybody eats, everybody does. And so once we reorientate ourselves, we change our mindsets and embrace agriculture, we will have food sufficiency internally. We will contribute to the global food security. And we are the giant of Africa, therefore our contribution will be immensely respected, because we cannot claim to be the giant if we cannot feed Africa. Even Africa is now looking upon us. And come the year 2050, when the population of the world will be almost 10 billion, there is no continent better placed than Africa to contribute to the global food security. And Nigeria being the giant in Africa, the contribution of Nigeria is going to be appreciated. Well, to the extent of embracing all the technologies that come in, the inputs that are easy to come to the farmers, and their attitude treating agriculture as a business, they are helping themselves. But like Oliver Twist, the farmers always require more. Well, GM, as a result of biotechnology, will enhance productivity. And the farmers have hitherto been doing what is called subsistence agriculture. With what we have, the information available to us that if you use GM crop or GM seeds, you are going to have a multiplier effect in productivity. i.e., if you get maize of a certain variety, the best variety, you get maybe 2 tons per hectare. When you use GM seeds, you are likely to get 18 or more tons. Therefore, you are going to experience prosperity. Therefore, you will not be a subsistent farmer. What you produce will enable you to even pay school fees for your children and medical bills and all that. So the farmers embraced biotechnology. And we have nothing against GM, provided the safety limits are observed. We are thrilled by it. We welcome it. It's a long time coming. If you look at Burkina Faso, for instance, the Burkina economy is based on cotton, and they have GM cotton. They have no oil. There is a lot of prosperity there because they have been using GM cotton. So if it will happen, if it can be replicated in Nigeria, we will be happy for it, because our farmers will say bye-bye to poverty. Well, you see, what it is I really don't understand you when you see how are the farmers. The farmers are amenable to the use of that seed. Once it's available and it should be bought, once it's available, we'll buy it. So the farmers are poised to use that thing to better their lot. So we welcome the idea, and then we look forward to its availability in the market so that we can use it. To that extent, yes, we are ready. We are placing ourselves ready to buy. Going by what I said, our productivity will be enhanced. Therefore, our purchasing power will improve. So our lot will change. We will, instead of being poor, we will become rich. So Nigeria will become rich because farmers constitute or contribute about 70% of the population. So if we are rich because of a certain commodity, there is prosperity all over the country, and therefore the agro-economy will dominate every other economy. So the farmers will be kings. Instead of you looking at us as poor people, you will now start looking at us as rich people. Well, there will be more cotton for the textile industries to use. So cotton, our production will help to make the industry move forward in terms of raw material. But there may be other things that have got nothing to do with the availability of this raw material. So as far as we are concerned, if cotton is the problem of the industry, it will be a thing of the past once we can produce a lot of it. encourage the production and the use of it. And in fact, government has already done its own, because I believe we were there in the forefront at all the public hearings before the approval of the biosafety bill. Since government has approved it and it's in effect now, government has done what it can do to encourage people to use it. And I think we should say kudos. This was passed since 2015 or 14. It's not a new thing. The biosafety bill is passed. Therefore, all BT, whatever, once they go through the protocol, they will just come into the market. It is all right. The antis will always have something to say. We call them antis because they are the anti-GM. We have them in our midst. We talk to them. We know what they stand for. They are believing without good science that GM crops cause cancer, but there is no known fact supported by science to that effect. We do a lot of things. We received a lot of training from the Science Alliance in Cornell in the United States. I went there 2 times for the program. I attended so many conferences on this. Nobody has as yet proved that there is a connection, there is a nexus between GMO and cancer. So if they agitate for this, is all theory. But nobody has said because they eat GM crops, they have cancer. We are yet to see that. So as far as we are concerned, it doesn't deter us. But we are amenable to everything being tested and being proved to be safe before its use. That is why you have the Biosafety Agency. So as far as we are concerned, we are not fearful of GMO or GM crops. In fact, you have been eating GM, even the yellow rice, whatever you eat, what you have been eating for many years is also GM. So we really don't have any qualms. We don't have any inhibitions as to GM crops.
Musa Muhammad Hawal, thanks for your message to us on Facebook. You are a prospective agro-investor in Nasarawa State, North Central Nigeria. You are interested in improved sesame seeds and the BT cowpea. Here is a response to your inquiry from the Open Forum on Agricultural Biotechnology, OFAB, Nigeria. And at this point, we draw the curtain on today's edition of the program. Keep sending us your mails. The email address as shown on your screen is agribiotech1@yahoo.com. Send us tweets at agribiotech13 or comment on our Facebook page, Agribiotech on TVC. I am Lara Afolayan. Enjoy the rest of your evening.